days of sunshine and warm conditions melting a lot of the snow across Iowa is about to come to an end as a blast of wind races across the state today and brings with it another rush of cold air. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining us on the channel once again. Well, we've enjoyed some quiet and warm conditions across the state of Iowa, so if you were tired of the snow, not only have we haven't seen any more across the state of Iowa, we've seen a lot of the snow already on the ground vanish as temperatures have risen well above freezing in many parts of the state, with the exception of some parts of central Iowa still dealing with pretty decent snowpack. However, there is going to be a change, at least in terms of some dynamics and temperatures, but right now no major snowstorms expected in the near future. But there will be a change today as we see winds increase across the state and reach advisory to warning criteria across some parts of the state. Let's go ahead and take a look at the headlines. As of this morning, you can see that wind advisory in effect for most of the state of Iowa and that high wind warning in effect for that western tier of counties, including Sioux City, Lamar's, up into the Sioux Falls area. Now, winds are expected to reach into the 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gust range, could go higher, and that high wind warning area could see upwards of 60 miles an hour. This pales in comparison to the center of this storm system well to our north, where blizzard warnings are now in effect across much of the Dakotas, where winds could get in excess of 90 miles an hour in that part of the country. In fact, let's go ahead and zoom this out a bit, and you can see that area there. Blizzard warnings all over the state of North Dakota, some in South Dakota. These are red flag warnings, and then I believe this is a high wind warning similar to what we're seeing here, along with a red flag warning. Those also issued here in the Dakotas, but a high wind warning for most of South Dakota, Nebraska, and western Iowa, and just a wind advisory for the rest of the state of Iowa, which could cause some problems today. But again, we do have some rainfall moving through this morning, and barring some windy rain this morning, no major significant weather concerns outside of those strong gusty winds putting a bite into the air as those temperatures start to crash. All right, so now let's take a closer look at just how strong those winds could get today. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the new model runs this morning. This is as of 8 o'clock this morning. You see those stronger wind gusts pushing into the western part of the state, wind gusts exceeding 40 miles an hour, quickly racing across the state. This is at noon today. You see wind gusts anywhere from 30 to near 50 miles per hour in western Iowa by midday today, and that will just continue through the afternoon hours, those strong winds pushing through, but easing off a bit as they push further to the east, but maintaining that intensity, especially in the western half of Iowa. This is at 9 o'clock tonight, still some very strong winds across the state, and that's going to continue into the overnight hours before things finally start to ease off as we move towards sunrise on Friday. So this won't be a major problem for tomorrow. It won't be a major problem today for that matter, but it's going to be a nuisance, and it's going to cause especially some problems for high profile vehicles out in open areas like we do see in the western part of the state. Now, along with this wind comes a big change in temperatures as well. And you can see that right there. If we go back here, you can see the 40s that we're seeing in eastern Iowa as you're waking up on Thursday morning. And there's that rush of cold air. By noon, temperatures will be dropping into the teens in northwest Iowa and then crashing further to the east, going below zero in parts of the state as we move into Friday morning. Especially that central part of the state where you see that purple, that below zero area, that's where we still have a snowpack. That's where several inches of snow is still on the ground, whereas most of the state has seen that snowpack essentially erode away. But where you see that purple core there in the center part of the state, that is where the snowpack is heaviest, and that's where the coldest conditions are expected. Now, of course, this is going to include some winds as well. So if we take a look at the wind chill, and flip over to that this morning, you can see some bitterly cold conditions, even where the snow isn't causing any impacts to temperatures, well below zero wind chills as you wake up on Friday morning, and very below zero in areas of Marshalltown, Grundy, and Hardin County, where they still have that heavier snowpack. But as those winds continue to subside tomorrow, we will see things improve a bit. But it's going to be a few days before we see the warm conditions that we've been enjoying. But there you see that bitterly cold wind chill later tonight, going below zero across most of the state by the time the sun goes down. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the longer term models to give you an idea of what to expect. Right now we don't see any major weather concerns heading into the holiday season. Again, this is still a ways out. We're about a week away from Christmas Day. But if you have early travel plans next week, right now things look pretty good. No major storm systems currently forecasted for the state of Iowa. Here we are looking at Christmas morning, still no major issues. This is very far out, but one thing to keep on your radar is if you have any travel plans around New Year's, especially leading up to New Year's, we do see some potential showers moving into the area beginning on December 29th. And that could translate into another round of rain heading into December 30th and possibly some New Year's Eve or late December 30th snowfall. Now, this is very far out. The timing and track is likely going to change, but just keep this on your radar. If you have any plans closer to New Year's and you have some travel plans, you might want to keep updated on the forecast for the potential of some changes there. Now, if we roll back to this week and switch back over to temperatures, we'll show you what we're expecting. And this is where the good news lies for Christmas, unless you wanted that white Christmas. No major storm systems expected to add any snowfall to the area. And then as we move into Christmas Eve, take a look at this. And Christmas Day, wow. This is December 25th in the afternoon, anywhere from the 40s to the 60s right now being pegged by the GFS. Again, this is a week out. This could be a little bit overblown, but it's safe to say 40s and some 50s are very possible for the state of Iowa on Christmas Day. So the good news is no major travel problems across the state of Iowa around the Christmas holiday. The bad news, if you wanted a white Christmas, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So beyond that, let's go ahead and switch back over to what's happening right now. And again, we do want to reiterate that there is a wind advisory for most of the state of Iowa, a high wind warning for far western Iowa, as wind gusts could approach 60 miles an hour in that part of the state. The rest of the state expect wind speeds around 40 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts throughout the day today into the evening hours, and finally beginning to subside as we move past midnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Friday morning again, below zero wind chills across most of the state of Iowa. Extremely cold conditions where that snowpack still exists in central Iowa, portions of Marshalltown, Webster City, and Iowa Falls, but still very frigid conditions as you wake up on Friday morning before another warm up next week for a very pleasant Christmas holiday across Iowa. That's the latest for now. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos as we continue to track the weather across the state of Iowa. Thanks for watching.